Not seen my sister in days.
I miss being able to play with my friends.
Leave, Rahim. You are not welcome here.
What is it?
Trying to survive one more day.
I saw one of...
What could we have possibly done to deserve this? What angered him so?
Lots of work ever since.
My brother lost his wife.
All I am saying is that I am not pleased with the outcome.
If you need to kill something, I have what you require.
Remain ever vigilant. Heresy must be exposed. Foolish, Victor. The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Vethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house. If you are not a member of House Vethal, you do not belong here. Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovick no more!
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is Anasco's chosen. You recall Lovick sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider. And who are you to tell me what is vital and what is not? You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion? I have heard reports on Ryujin from the Ministry of Conjunction. This news gives me hope. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on, he is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, you have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us. I do not wish Varric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death. Our duty as wardens is to keep the populace tasked and loyal. All must serve, both the Great Serpent and House Varun. No exceptions. Those who refuse must be cleansed to stop the spread of corruption. I will not have it known that I declared my own son a heretic and allowed him to escape our grasp. This knowledge weakens the Ministry of State's authority, something we cannot risk at this time. This is why my interest turned to a third party, someone outside of the noble houses, but we have yet to determine someone trustworthy enough. Until now. The shame Varric brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent. And showing leniency for a house member at a time like this when order is needed most would be unwise.
The law. Our work is not so simple, and you know it. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Varric and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Varric has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid. There is no other way. The Ministry of State must uphold order, and you will be expected to serve as we all do. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Varric's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate. See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric for personal reasons. I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
We mourn the loss of our fallen, but no, they walk with the serpent.
By the serpent, you are the one that spoke with Anaska.
I got you your favorite from the meat house. Extra fatty, just the way you like.
Yes?
I don't need any free drinks from you. This railing is taken. And no, I'm not looking for company. This railing is taken. Oh, of course. Who would be looking for me anyway? And why should I know anything about the heir apparent? I'm nobody. Ask him yourself, if you find him. Oh, sure. I'm just fine. Hundreds of people are presumed dead. One best friend ran out on me. The other's just drinking himself to death. So yeah, couldn't be better. Do I? Perhaps at one point, I thought I did. Varric. One day we're inseparable, and the next, I've searched all of Dazra for him. But he's gone. Couldn't even leave a note. That means he either doesn't want to be found, or... well, I prefer not to think about it. So, what if I did? Like I said, he doesn't want to be found. Really? I couldn't live with myself if anything happened to him. I'm so tired. It's possible I missed something, but nothing comes to mind. Great serpent. Let him be okay. All right, fine. But I'm only telling you this because I want him to be safe. I never found out where he is. But I know someone who might. His name is Tain Salavea. Hard to say right now, but Tain's a regular. If you stay a bit, you can't miss him. Just promise me you'll let me know if you find Varric. Thank you.
If you ask me, we should be celebrating. No one can doubt the Great Serpent's existence now.
What am I to do now?
Another day in Dazra.
Our sins must have been considerable.
Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently? Impressive. Since these people really aren't into strangers, especially in times like these. I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing. Yeah, it's something, isn't it? I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention. Yep, that's how I feel most days since I got stuck here. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for? Beric Vathal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, Vindicator. Who wants to know? Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vathal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out. Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races. You make it sound creepy. But yeah, for emergencies. After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
The Great Serpent will deliver us from this.
Move. No loitering.
Checking gauges.
All right,
we are ready for ignition.
He's got a limited range, so just keep... don't see him. There's gotta be something here to clue us in as to where he went. Veric's been busy if he got... friend's a strong word. More like friendly acquaintances. Guess we both felt the Herald's Rest was one of the few places that made us feel like real people. Couple of drinks and everyone's your friend in that moment. I've only had a few run-ins with Victor for security purposes, and he's all in. The man embodies House Vithal. He could probably recite Janan's teachings word for word, and he runs the Ministry of State without missing a beat. Strict, demanding, and always watching. The guy's good at his job, but when it comes to personality, I couldn't tell you. Whoever he is, he keeps it close to the chest.
life from the enemy.
Good news is my heart didn't give out. All my years and all the planets I've been on, never gonna get used to those things. Sure looks like it. Damn House Baron. Wiping out half their city and bringing in horrors like these. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything? Yeah, I figured as much. At least his body wasn't attached to it. So what next? You got it. If he's bleeding, there's bound to be something. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
Captain Morgan, all systems are operational. Please proceed to press pedal to metal.
There's a farm up ahead. We should see what they do. Lost them. We should probably just go.
Warning. A stress-free environment for growth is essential and will be enforced.
not tamper with the produce. It does not respond positively to being disturbed.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited? Through here. You realize you're in the middle of nowhere. I can understand that, but I can't help you. The only people here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it. All right, fine.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said, we're isolated out here. We keep to ourselves. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him. We sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started. You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
Entering. Vehicle. Please, drive safely.
Because I do not experience boredom, I excel in the performance of menial tasks. This unit is performing a software update.
Been a minute since I stretched the old legs. Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything? Never thought of Varric as the Dear Diary type. Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friend. I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case. I'm glad someone does for once. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Vithal. I was raised to inherit the role of Elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
That's not the life anyone wants.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vithal is all he cares about. Shame, embarrassment, fuel for the other houses to ridicule my father. I don't want any of that for him, but he left me no choice. If he would have listened just once, maybe I could have left on good terms with my father's blessing. Control the narrative, as they like to say. Then you understand. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too. But yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now. Yup, we had a few things to discuss. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Varric running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not two for the price of one?
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here. I suppose I owe you that much. The truth is, the scaled citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us. Especially when that faith leads to hate. I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance. Anything. Name it. My ring. Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the Cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence. True. It's as if she's looking out for me. One last time. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Victor. Do me a favor and find me at the Herald's Rest when you're done.
Diagnostics indicate a successful jump, Captain.
His eyes are always watching.
Is it done? You're back. What news do you bring?
What have you done? Varric.
This blood is on your hands, Victor. I hope you remember this. And I clearly said exceptions should be made.
No, it was Varric's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house. You already lost one child. You had to murder the other.
Victoria!
I will not hear any more of this. It is done. Leave us.
Oh, I am leaving to mourn my nephew whose memory you disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria!
Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it. Indeed it does. Now, only one matter remains to discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery? Good. I also have heard nothing of my son's disappearance, so I appreciate your discretion in this matter. You restored order to this house, and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. I have much to arrange.
I would allow Victoria her space if I were you.
Vindicator.
The very sight of you offends me. I wish only to be rid of you. A fine question after I trusted you with vital information about our family and asked you to spare my nephew. I should have put the same question to you myself. Great Serpent, steal me. My heart beats with anticipation, and yet I fear to ask. Great Serpent. Where is he? I must see him. My nephew, a growth farmer. I always knew that Victor would drive him away. Varric often spoke to me of his own dreams and aspirations. And they never did include house politics. I think even Victor knew he was unhappy. But his pride only allowed him to see a boy that would follow in his footsteps. And the truth will stay with me, and me alone. As much as I want to see his face, it is enough to know that Varric is alive and safe. You have brought me peace. Thank you, Vindicator.
Sorry. I am not much for conversation.
Overthinking never helps. Yet, I do it every time. Oh, you're back. Is this about Varric? So, the news is true. Varric was executed as a traitor. Thank you for telling me. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I have a lot to process. Thanks.
Excuse me, I have work to do.
Without access to the power grid, warning device is useless. Did Victor finally relinquish the access code? Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the morning device. Now, give me a moment to set up the grid. Inputting the access code. Routing power. It is done. Vindicator, will you do us the honor? All personnel to stations. Clear the platform.
Activating power grid interlink.
Powering draft drive.
Field projector, standing by.
Extending stabilizers. Draft field, stable.
Capacitors fully charged.
All stations reporting. Ready to proceed with targeting.
Targeting system engaged.
Calibrating lens array. Adjusting counterweights.
Axial depth. Device is in position.
It's time. On your mark. Fire! Focus.
Beam on target.
Compensating for recoil.
It is working. Steady.
Detecting graviton flux.
Hold! We cannot fail the speaker now.
Rerouting power.
Burning out.
Enough! Shut it down!
Cutting power.
Rev drive cycling down. Retracting stabilizers.
Shutdown complete.
Clear! Well done, all. Well done. We have done all we can. I am sure the Council is waiting to speak with you.
Your fragile body was not designed to take impacts like that.
Now
Devices
we will
work.
see if our faith pays off.
I was not certain this would work, but it seems the serpent has blessed us.
You have always lacked faith, Dulkev.
One could argue that faith got us into this mess in the first place.
Enough! It is time for action, not bickering.
Agreed. We must secure the Citadel. Send in everyone.
Are you mad? We have no idea how stable this is. No idea what is happening inside.
I cannot argue with that. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk. It is only fitting that it should be you.
Really? I do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasco. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but... the Speaker must be your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasco back to us. Indeed. And your service will be remembered, no matter what. We will speak again soon, I hope.
Inspected for a concussion when we return to the ship.
you're really here. Oh, I feared what I saw. That connection we made was yet another vision. This is real, is it not? I knew the Serpent would deliver me from this nightmare, but there must be some way out. Every time I have attempted to leave this place, I find myself lost, wandering, unable to see. There is nothing out there. Tell me, what of Dazra? The people of House Varun? I have had terrible visions, a dreadful sense of loss. I had hoped what I saw was only some terrible nightmare, but I knew it to be true. You must believe me. We meant none of this. All of the research, the calculations, we thought we could contain it. I only ever wanted to help, to improve, to elevate House Varun. Shut it down? No, we cannot do that. The chain reaction that started, it is self-sustaining. We tried everything. We had hoped we could complete the experiment, but then the vortex interlock burned out. You have one, don't you? I can feel the power from here. Then the Serpent truly has sent you to us. I wish I could guarantee your safety, but I am graced by the Serpent and have retained my faculties. So many of my people were not as fortunate. You will have no choice but to deal with them. The reactor level is below us. Bring the interlock there. We will need it if we wish to see this through.
is nothing nearby.
lockdown. lockdown.
As I said, a new vortex interlock is needed. The reactor must be stabilized before we can proceed. We did not anticipate that we might have erred in our recreation of the vortex interlock, or that we could overload it. Finally, it is time. Come, see what you have helped to save. With all that has gone wrong, all we have sacrificed, I confess I had lost hope. I grew up hearing stories of my grandfather's communion with the Great Serpent, the immense responsibility he was given to create and guide House Varun. By the time I became Speaker and inherited that responsibility, so much had changed. The once proud glory of House Varun was diminished. We had lost our way, and I alone could not discern a path forward. I required the Great Serpent's guidance once more. So, I set out to find him. At first, I thought so too, and I despaired. I learned that my grandfather had attempted something similar. I found reassurance in that idea that he, too, sought additional instruction from the Serpent. And over time, I began to see that the Great Serpent had indeed left a path for me, hidden amongst the experimental failures and setbacks. This vortex, the place between places, and the energy it holds, could be harnessed, refined, directed. How can you not see? In reaching for him, he has shown us the way. Utilizing the vortex energy, we have learned that we can create powerful warriors, capable of teleporting vast distances in an instant. The brave volunteers in this room await the chance to be the first wave of soldiers loyal to the Great Serpent and our cause. House Varun can project force on a scale unimaginable in the history of the human race. Jinan Varun's mandate can be fulfilled. The Serpent's crusade can begin anew. Despite all that has happened, their life support system has remained stable. Just one more sign from the Great Serpent that we are following his will. And now, the glorious honor falls to you, my faithful servant. Activate the pods. Carry out the Serpent's will, and begin House Varun's triumph! Please, I have waited so long for this. Just activate the pods. What other choice do we have? The heathens and heretics loathe our very existence already. Why not be what they expect? By finishing what Jinan Varun started, we fulfill our duty to prepare the way for the Great Serpent. And none will ever again dare mock or belittle us. Peace? You think House Varun has known peace? We suffer each and every day. This will restore the balance. Well, surely you can see that I am unable, or else I would have done it by now. And I think it fitting that the Great Serpent has led you this far, to now allow you to be the one to restore House Varun to greatness. You've killed them all! You think you can override the will of the Great Serpent? You pledged yourself to House Baroon, but you are like all the rest. Weak of will, short of sight, a betrayer. And in the end, you have changed nothing. There will always be one more willing to serve, and once I have restored the Citadel, I will find them and send them out into the settled systems. Zealots! Of course they would attempt to poison this, as they do all things. They will not stop me. The work will be completed now! Come then, all of you! Ascend the Citadel, or squabble amongst yourselves. I will await you at the pinnacle.
Go from it!
suggest avoiding such maneuvers in the future.
Again, I'm just so sorry about all of that. It's been quite a couple of days. Or rather, that's what you all have told me. I confess I don't remember much. My sense of time is off. You've been so good to me. Dr. Phillips said it was just disorientation after a graph jump. But I've heard some of the other patients here talking, and well, I think we can agree it was a bit more than that. I just need some rest. Thank you for taking care of me through this. It was all just so much, so fast. It's nice to be able to talk like this, though, isn't it? It's Sylvie, yes? I thought I overheard that earlier. Well, Sylvie, I sincerely appreciate all you've done for me. I can see how hard you all work here in the med bay, and I know you must be tired. Why don't you tell me something about your day? Get my mind off all this. Is it recording? All right, thank you. Well, look at you all here, crammed into this cave. I know, it's hardly what any of us imagined when we first set out those months ago, but here we are. I'll tell you, it still surprises me that there are so many interested in what I have to say. But I do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. We've come to know each other very well over these last weeks. Before, well, you all know what happened. Before that, I was quiet on the ship, I know. Kept to myself. Didn't get to know any of you like I should have. But since all that, we've shared a lot, haven't we? More than anything, I've shared that I care about all of you. Want the best for you. I suppose I should stop pretending you're not all here for a specific reason. You've heard something that's been going around. Want to know if I really said it. So let's get to it. The Great Serpent is real. He is not a figment of my imagination. He is not a paranoid delusion. He is not a lie or some kind of con job. The Great Serpent is as real, as tangible, as any of us in this room right now. I know. I saw him. Spoke with him. He is a celestial entity, a being as old as the cosmos itself. He is everywhere and everyone. The Great Serpent is inside each and every one of us right now. Now you all know me. You know I wouldn't lie to you. Not about anything, and certainly not about this. So, if you've listened this long, I hope you'll listen a bit longer. Because, just like me, the Great Serpent cares about each and every one of you. time has come. Too long have we spread his truth, only to have it fall on deaf ears. Too long have we preached his understanding and received nothing but derision in return. Is that our fate? To suffer the insults and disdain of unbelievers? Never. We are House Varun, the promised, the holy anointed of the Great Serpent. We spread his word that the settled systems may know its place when comes the shrouding. And if the United Colonies, the Free Star Collective, the free peoples of the galaxy will not accept his love, let them be crushed in his embrace. Go forth, those whose blood is venom, whose voice the hiss of reason. Carry out our charge to prepare the way. Bring to the unworthy our serpent's crusade. Bring to them their woe.
Despite your attempts to meddle, you have nonetheless served your part in the Serpent's plan. Neither you nor the Zealots will disrupt our achievement now. The gate will cycle one more time, shifting the Citadel into the vortex. You and those bothersome Zealots trapped inside will be cast into the void forever. And I will carry on the crusade myself. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be shut down. It, like the Great Serpent himself, is inevitable. nor the zealots with just you and those bum. It cannot be.
slowly, slowly. You have been through a lot. I cannot believe it. The Citadel is gone. There is no sign of Anasco. You failed. You brought us no scrap of hope for the future? You must understand that seems hard to believe.
You will have to explain yourself. Where is Anasco? Why is he not here with us?
Then truly, we are lost. Without Anasco, there is no speaker. There is no way forward.
Perhaps. Or perhaps we acknowledge a simple truth. We are currently the government. We decide what happens from here.
You dare speak of treason? Heresy!
I speak of survival.
Please, calm down, both of you.
This is not a time to be calm or sit idly by. This is a time for action. We, the three of us, are the High Council. All of House Varun looks to us for guidance. We should provide it.
Yes, Jamal is right. We would have to name a new speaker.
Malabor, you cannot possibly be considering this madness. We do not have that kind of authority. It is not within our power.
But Lovek, it can be. We can decide that right here, right now. We can carve a path forward for House Varun. Or else, we can sit by and watch all that we have built crumble around us.
And what assurance do I have that the two of you are not just looking to usurp power for yourselves?
Then we let the Vindicator decide. And we have a herald here as a witness.
I think it is. 3 houses stand before you. Simply choose which should represent House Varun going forward. Then so it shall be. House Varun moves forward from this crisis and continues to serve the Great Serpent.
All must serve.
Before you adjourn, is there not one matter more to address?
I do not understand. To what do you refer?
To the matter of the Serpent's crusade, of course. The Vindicator knows of what I speak.
I don't understand. The crusade was ages ago. What does that have to do with any of this?
Explain the meaning of this at once.
After all this time, and we knew nothing of this. The Council was never consulted.
To be fair, it has never been necessary for the Speaker to consult the Council. It is his decision to make.
There is nothing more to discuss. If the Speaker calls for crusade, then we answer.
I can assure you all that he did indeed believe in it.
Then House Vethol agrees. The crusade begins. What does House Dulkef say?
I have no wish to defy the Speaker, but he is no longer here. The Varun people need time. House Dulkef declines.
No, I should have expected as much. And what does House Kadik say?
Both of my colleagues have made valid points. The matter is complicated. I believe that for the moment, House Kadik abstains.
So, 1 vote for, 1 against. And what about you? Should we take up the sword and fight for House Va'ruun, or continue to cower here and pity ourselves? So be it.
And with all of this out of the way, we will take our leave. You have been through a great deal and deserve a chance to rest. The home, of course, is yours. You deserve a place among us after everything. Know that House Va'ruun is eternally grateful for all that you have done, and that the Great Serpent will one day grant you a place by his side.
You have served House Va'ruun well.
I believe that the Scaled Citadel no longer looms large in our minds.